Welcome back to the Thoughtful Advocate podcast. And today I'm going to share all about baby showers. This year we had our second baby shower, and it was honestly really exciting. And yeah, it was small and intimate because a lot of people couldn't make it. And at first, of course, I was a little disappointed that it's hard to get around in the winter, so I totally understand. And honestly, I think smaller groups for me are just more comfortable and it's easier to talk to people. So I really think it turned out for the better. But yeah, we'll be talking about all the games we played, Kahoot, the baby food guessing game, and less wasteful party favors because we all need them. Because trust me, we don't need more memorabilia or keychains with the name and year of the event. It's not something we can use long term. So we'll go over some alternatives. And of course, we'll go over like why intimate events can honestly be more personal and just a lot of fun. So if you're planning baby shower 2026 or beyond, this is a video for you. And yes, give it a listen. You might get some very good ideas. 36 weeks pregnant, we'll hit baby number 2. And honestly, I'm nervous. And honestly, I'm nervous, but also excited. Like, I'm so excited to see them play and be together. But I just know the first couple months were just hard for us with Ace. So I am a bit worried. I know that we can get through this. And honestly, I'm so tired and I'm very pregnant. And when you get later in the trimester, you just get heavier and it's even hard for you to put on clothes and walk around. Everything is harder and you're just so much more tired. I really only have energy to do 1 or 2 big tasks for the day and then. So the biggest difference between our first baby shower and our second one is just how many people came. First one, I think most of our family showed up, which was very nice and very sweet. I believe we had it in the springtime and really bad with dates. I'm gonna have to ask John. But we definitely had it in the warmer months. So this time we had it in February, and the first time we booked it, there was literally a snowstorm. It was more than 10 centimeters or something. This year's snow is insane. When it snows, it really snows so heavily and it comes all at once. But it's difficult for people to travel. And our family lives opposite side of where we live. So quite a bit of travel for them. And I totally understand. I would say with the first one, it was just a little overwhelming. There's just so many people. And you obviously want to talk to everyone, but you only have energy to talk to a certain amount of people. So of course, we greeted everyone, and I think it was great, but it was honestly a little overwhelming for me because, like I said, I grew up in a small family of 4. So going from that to like almost 40 people, it's a lot and a big change for me. And while it was a lot of fun, I would say this event for me was more comfortable, baby shower number 2, just because it was like the size, and I was able to talk to everyone, and I just felt like it was just a bit more chill, which is nice because that's what I'm used to. And honestly, I was able to get into some deeper conversations. Like a lot of John's aunts actually some of John's aunts actually went through what we're about to go through. Me and John's mom, like their kids are 15 years apart, and same with this aunt. So they're just getting like some stories and how it was like, and what it was like taking care of 2, or so like 2 under 2 basically. And yeah, I think the biggest takeaway was one of his aunts said that it was like basically having twins because you are feeding both of them and taking care of them and they're still so young. Yeah. And of course, we got to hear all the embarrassing stories and the hard times because, of course, there's going to be hard times, postpartum depression, which I definitely went through, and just some difficult moments because raising kids is not easy. And especially if you're doing it alone without support, it can be very difficult. So it was nice to hear that my experience wasn't like other people went through this. And the fact that I have more support this time around at the community, which we'll talk about later, is just even more reason. That's even more reasons to be grateful. Yeah, I just want to say if you are planning a baby shower or any kind of like event and you're worried about being too small or people not showing up, honestly, say it's okay because sometimes the less people, the better, because you can just get deeper conversations. And honestly, I'm all for deep conversations. I don't really like service level conversations. So it's just nice to have that moment to really connect with people that you care about. And yeah, like I said, it's a bit more relaxed, which is great. And yeah, I really went into it thinking I was going to be disappointed. that honestly, like, it turned out really well. Okay, so let me tell you about the baby shower setup and what went into it. There's really two people that really helped me so much. It was my sister-in-law, Justine, and my mom-in-law. They are amazing party planners, and they've planned a lot of parties before, so they have experience. And if you don't know, John and I hate planning, so we always need help in this area. They basically, Dad's mom helped bring all the food. She made her macaroni salad, which is honestly delicious. And I believe she made meatballs and brought quite a few other things, some vegetarian options, some decorations, and everything you need for a party, basically. And his sister-in-law helped me plan games, and we had it at her place because John and I hate hosting. So honestly, none of this would have happened without them because, again, John and I just not planners. Fair. This time around, we went with a bear theme. I thought it was super cute. Ace even had a bear sweater, which matched the theme. And my original idea was to bring in teddy bears, but we were bringing so many things, we just not have the space or the capacity mentally to bring any more. Yeah. And of course, our party favors were related to the bear theme, which we'll talk more about later. With parties, a lot of work goes into it. If you've ever planned a party, you would know. So we had a diaper raffle and prizes, which mom-in-law brought, and she had so many different prizes options. And honestly, it takes off the mental load and stress of party planning off of your brain, which is super nice. So I'm super grateful that there are people out there who want to do this. And my sister-in-law, oh my gosh, she made these cute beer cookies, which I'll insert somewhere, and they're adorable. And then she made me a strawberry fresh fruit cake, even though basically her and her whole family, they love chocolate mostly. So I felt very blessed and lucky that she made a strawberry fruit cake just for me, and it was so good. Honestly, it was comparable to one of my favorite cakes from like TNT or any Asian grocery store. It's basically a fresh fruit cake. It's like a sponge cake and then fresh fruit and whipped cream, and it's so good. So it tasted pretty much on par with that, which was amazing. And the thing of Asians, they don't like things that are too sweet, so it was perfect for me. And yeah, it was light and refreshing and on point. Okay, so let's talk about the games. Okay, the first game we played, which all of these ideas were not mine. My sister-in-law or my mom found them, and they were honestly so much fun. We played Diaper Pong first, which is a family-friendly version of Deer Pong. And basically, my sister-in-law taped a bunch of solo cups to this board and printed some diapers on it so that we wouldn't waste diapers. And yeah, each cup has a different score. So the highest one you can get was 1,000, which I ended up getting. And actually quite a few people, I think there was 7 people tied for second place. And John's little brother got first place with 1,250. So yeah. And basically the idea, if you haven't played we haven't played beer pong, is that people take turns shooting a bunch of balls. We use 6 ping pong balls, and then you basically total up your score. It was fun seeing how people throw, and it's just always fun watching people. Some people really smashed the ball against the wall, and some people did tosses, and I feel like that was a better technique. And yeah, honestly, then it really just ended up being a luck and skill game. We also did a Kahoot game. Basically shows up on a screen with a link, and then there's a code that you put in, and you'll go into the game on your phone, and then it's basically the quiz, and whoever gets the top score wins a prize. We did baby facts, and they were random. Of course, John's mom-in-law won, and yeah, it was just fun to see people's reactions and their guesses and to learn about all these baby facts. Yeah, I think one of them was less than 5% of pregnant people actually give birth on their due dates, but John's mom happened to have 2 of her kids exactly on the due date, and that's pretty rare. Okay, this game is a classic. It's the baby food guessing game. Honestly, to make it really gross, if you have them try the nasty ones, the meat. I always think the meat ones are gross, but it's basically canned food. There's vegetable ones, but we went with the fruit ones, which I probably think everyone's grateful for. And basically we went around hiding what the label was. And they had to guess what kind of fruits were in there. Honestly, it was more difficult than a lot of people thought it was going to be. Only one person got 2 out of 3 guesses. It was fun. Everyone's trying and trying to guess. And the other games we played, we got a package. I think they got it off of Facebook Marketplace. Basically, it comes with trivia, nursery rhyme guesses, crossword puzzles, and everyone gets a piece of paper and we get to do it all. We did the baby's word search, which was so funny to see everyone's dead silent. It was like being in an exam room and everyone's fully concentrated, and the first person to win gets a prize. Honestly, me and John, we won. I think that's unfair because we're hosting and it's our baby showers. Yeah, there's also some other ones like baby names A through Z, the fastest. There's just a bunch of different ones like nursery, rhyme guesses using emojis, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. And I think the thing is, when you have two baby showers, you get to reuse some things you didn't use from the other baby shower, and that way it's less waste. And then, of course, we did the diaper raffle. So we had two winners, and I think that was fun because who doesn't love to win a prize? And of course, we had our diapers. It's great because we're going to need lots of them with two. And also, a tip for that is would specifically put, if it's possible, bring us other sizes besides newborns because I think it'll be newborns for 46 weeks. And then you're going to need other sizes. So if you hit a bunch of newborns and not anything else, it's not going to be as helpful. Communication needs to be clear. And yeah, of course, our family came through. Basically, what we did was when people brought in diapers, we just put their names in a hat and then we ended up pulling a name. So I think that was the easiest way. So for new parents, the average amount of diapers you use for one kid is like 2,500 to 3,000 diapers a year. So you're going to need to have them. Okay. So I have pretty strong feelings about party favors and how to make them less wasteful. I just think it's so important. Personally, I think party favors should be usable or reusable and just something either the guests can eat, so it can be edible, and then the first one, or use. So I'm not talking about like keychains or I don't know what are party. Talking about personalized keychains, especially with the event name and the year. People want something that they can use for a long time and it's better for use than sitting in a corner. So talking about soap, which we did, we could use candy, tea, plants as well. People can grow plants, seeds. This would be vegetable seeds, flower seeds, which I did at my wedding. And yeah, the things that are useful. So we did bear soaps. They were the party favorite, and the reason why I thought bear soaps is because a very fond memory of when I was younger. We went to Yellowstone and we stayed in a cabin in Yellowstone, which honestly was amazing. Very grateful to my family for that. And they would have these little bear soaps like on the sink every time we go there, and it would just make me so excited as a kid because it was so cute. And yeah, like basically a bar soap. Use it to wash your hands. And I think had our scented this time, and then there's like ocean scent in lavender. It was one of those. And yeah, we got off Etsy. Etsy orders, I think minimum 1 month ahead. They want to be safe like 2 months ahead because Etsy takes a long time. It's not like Amazon with 3-day shipping. But Etsy, because you're supporting more like home good crafters and it's a bit more local and yeah, a bit more sustainable. There are some other party favors you can do. Bath bombs, like bath salts, homemade homemade cookies, tea, coffee, like for them to take home, hot chocolate mixes, jars of honey. One time at a wedding, we got olive oil that had different flavors. There was like a lemon one, there was a chili oil one, and those are amazing because everyone needs olive oil. Even succulent plants, seeds that guests can take home to grow. Yeah, even lip balm or hand sanitizer. Just things that people can use. Some surprise ideas are gift cards. Everyone loves a good gift card. These are usually the big prizes. Other prizes are like reusable water bottles, food, shower gifts. So, for example, my sister-in-law had an idea of doing like a shower gift, which I brought to give away because we have so many prizes that we didn't end up giving away also. One of them is a shower gift, which is from our shower to yours. Basically, a shower-themed gift basket, soaps, shampoos, and stuff like that. And I thought that was really cute. And yeah, I just think the best part of these kind of smaller settings is that you can get more intimate stories and experiences. And I love hearing those. It just gives me perspective and this feeling that I'm not alone and I'm not going to be going through this alone and that other people experience this too. I think if you're going to have your own baby shower, pick a theme that you would like. Maybe think of a theme that is easy to do with things around the house for like bear theme. I think everyone has like a teddy bear. They can bring a bunch of teddy bears to decorate. That was my original idea, but we just had too many things for it. And yeah, it's just so much more fun and sustainable that way. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what theme you did for your baby shower or what ideas you have because I always like to hear those. And yeah, thanks for listening to the Thoughtful Advocate podcast. subscribe to my YouTube channel and my podcast. Okay, so today's sponsor is Kind Laundry. Just kidding, they're not really a sponsor, but I do have an affiliate code. Kind Laundry use natural ingredients, and it actually comes in these sheets. So much more useful than liquid laundry detergent because that stuff gets messy. With Kind Laundry, you can bring this anywhere. It's literally in a box, pack in your suitcase, then it's that easy. You can get 10% off by using code ZeroWasteCute.